Stavros Tousios for M4Markets, and Happy New Year to all of you. I wish you health and prosperity and of course the best for your trading performance. I want to go on the pound against the dollar today and also euro against the kiwi. You know that pound has actually fallen to the downside and it kind of looks like it's done it in 5 waves. It might, although, be also in 3. There is different interpretations here. But what I am actually noticing is that there is some sort of bias to the upside seen here on the RSI. However, 2 things to make note of. 1, without a leg to the downside below the 119.94, there is no, official divergence. That doesn't necessarily mean we cannot go higher though. But the other thing I wanted to note as well is that this also looks kind of corrective, okay? And that looks like it's gone down quite impulsively, which then suggests again that even if we see another leg to the upside, there is likelihood that it's going to be continued with a further leg to the downside. Which brings us to, and let's go to the 1 hour here. In case we do see an upside, and that with 23 nearly done, we are likely to meet resistance around 121.69 and 122.26. Well, if momentum increases, we might do the golden pocket at 122.82, but I'm not too sure we're going to see this. On the 1 hour also, we kind of seeing that, breaking higher, it's still going to give us a divergence here. That would be a hidden bearish divergence, by the way. So maybe we're not even going to get there. Maybe we're going to stop anywhere like above the previous high at 121.27 and from then continue to the downside. Now, if we did assume that the high is in this particular case, let's just make that assumption, right? Use the Fibonacci extension and let's just say this is the high in, and we can use the tool in a similar way to find a potential level to the downside that can act as support. Obviously, the 119.50, 118.43, 170.65, all of our supports, medium term in the interim, I would say, but 116.67 is the level that we have to pay attention to in case of those would turn. Now, if we do break above the 50, the 122.18, then things are going to turn a little bit more bullish and we'll have to see where we can head from there. Now, Euro New Zealand. We have broken outside this trend to the downside, but equally we are now in an ascent that has also seen a breakout to the downside over here, as you can see, right? At the same time, we see 2 contradicting signals. One is the one over here, which led us to the downside, but we didn't go down to oversold territories, which sometimes can be important. And what else we see is a signal from here to here and from here to here. This is a hidden bullish divergence, okay? And it could mean that we ought to see further upside, but that could actually continue lower to give us another leg down, something like this, where it's going to give us a double signal also, or a larger sort of signal, and having the RSI going to oversold territories. Then we could see this going down to around the 50 or 61.8, which is the golden pocket. Okay, so 166.77, 166 perhaps as well, could be a level where we're going to see a bounce. Now, let's not forget that as we saw for the pound as well, this also kind of looks like, it could be a 5 waves here or not. But mainly what we are focusing on is that this looks more corrective than this, okay? And usually that is somewhat of a zigzag, but of a double variation. So we could use the same method to find a potential low. And 166.36 also comes up. Maybe there is a cluster somewhere. If there is a cluster, this is even a better idea. 167, okay, not too it's just an approximate, but keep these levels in mind, because in my mind it looks like this has one more leg to the downside before we make any longer term decisions.